Welcome to everyone. Another beautiful morning at the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. A great big welcome to all of you. We're going to start you off with a couple of songs. I'm Sarah, and this is Doug and Yvette, and I invite you to stand if that's comfortable for you. God is all there is, and I am one with God. God is all there is, and I am one with God. My heart is open to the full expression of that life living me. God is all there is, and I am one with God. God is all there is, and I am one with God. God is all there is, and I am one with God. My heart is open to the full expression of that life living me. God is all there is, and I am one with God is. I am, and so it is. Hello, it's great to see you. Hey friend, you're not alone. Come in, our hearts are open. Welcome home. Come on, the Spirit's moving. Our love is here to grow. Wake up, our coffee's brewing. Welcome home. This is my place. This is your place. This is our place. Welcome home. Hello. This is my place. It's great to see you. Hey friends. This is your place. This is our place. Welcome home. This is my place. Spirit's moving. This is your place. This is our place. Welcome home. Come on and sit a while. Welcome home. Put your feet up. Welcome home. Woo! Welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I'm Belinda Hoshar. My claim to fame is that I know this lady pretty well. It's my joy and pleasure to be with you here today. This is my first time up here, so be patient. Judy Hunt is my model. I hope to hit that bar. Here at the CSL Las Cruces, the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces, we're more than just a Sunday service and experience. We are a growing, heart-centered community grounded in spiritual principles and open-hearted love. That all starts here in how we show up for each other. And on that note, I would like to thank everyone. We've been here 4 months now. And I'd like to I would thank everyone for being a support for me as we transition here. You've made me feel very welcome, and I do appreciate that. And thank you. And on that kind of note of welcome, if you're here for the first time, I think maybe some of you are, so welcome. We're happy to have you. We're happy you found us, and we'd love to hear how that happened for you. After service, please be sure to stop by the welcome table out front, out in the social hall. After service, we have a gift in there for you, gift certificate to the Wisdom Through the Pages bookstore. I hear there are some new fun journals there, so check that out. I will be. You can also sign up to hear about what we're up to via our newsletter, and we encourage you to do that because we're not going to bore you every Sunday with everything that we're up to, but we'd love for you to sign up and know what we're up to ongoing. For those of us joining online, thank you, welcome. We are blessed to be sharing space with you as well. Thank you. So there's much going on, as I've said, so do check out your newsletter. But in the meantime, I'll give you just a couple of announcements for today. CSL Pride on the Plaza is happening in October. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks and preparing for it for a couple months. So know that one of the events is coming up Wednesday. There'll be 3 of these. We're going to crochet together. I don't know how to crochet, so come on out. It's going to be a blast. All the goods will be here. We're going to be crocheting Peyton hearts. Aren't they pretty? Teresa did this one in about 2 seconds, and I hope to be able to accomplish that this Wednesday from 2 to 3:30. We'll be out here in the social hall getting crazy with crochet hooks and yarn. So please, if you're available and willing and able, please join us. There are other ways, lots of ways for you to volunteer. So this is a community event, and we are supporting the larger community. There are wonderful ways for you to volunteer. You can check out the sign-up sheets on the table to the left out in the social hall, or you can see me or Kay Ann Covey if she's here. I don't think, there she is, there she is. Either of us would be happy to answer your questions and or guide you if you're interested in supporting the team, and the team being CSL Las Cruces. Thank you so much. Did I miss anything in there?
Bring snacks to crochet.
Oh yes, bring snacks to crochet because we're gonna have a hootenanny. It's gonna be fun. The other thing that I'd like to announce, Reverend Bonnie made a contribution to COA's bookstore. A big one from the sounds of what I'm understanding. There's a credit at the bookstore for CSL members. So if you want to go get yourself a book, all you have to do is let them know that you're with the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces, and they'll ring you out and you can go on your merry way. So thank you, Reverend Bonnie, for making that happen for us. Here at the center, we believe in the power of prayer. We call it spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. If there's something on your heart, we invite you to fill out a prayer card. They're available in the back pockets on the seats in front of you. You can fill those out with whatever's on your mind, making a prayer request. You can drop that card in the box at the back, the prayer box at the back, or in the plate as it goes by. The prayer team is made up of both reverends, what am I trying to say? Ministers, thank you. Ministers and practitioners, not only those here at this center, but in all 4 of the New Thought churches here in Las Cruces. So there's a mighty team praying for your goodness. So please allow us to do that on your behalf. That prayer that you offer up will be lovingly held by all of those ministers and throughout the week. Also, if you'd like one-on-one prayer, if there's something on your mind today or on your heart today, people wearing stoles, turquoise stoles will be available over here for prayer after the service. Please, they'd love to pray with and for you, so take advantage of that kindness. We also love good news, so we like to celebrate what it is that is happening well and fabulously in your life. Please, there's a gratitude card also. You can fill that out. Let us know what fabulous things are happening in your life, and we'll celebrate with you. Thank you for that. Now, it's time for song, silence, and prayer.
I'm held in love, I'm held in peace. God is holding me with every breath, with every step. God is holding me. 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 I'm held in love. I'm held in peace. God is holding me with every breath, with every step. God is holding me. 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 God is holding me.
Let us take a moment to turn inward and recognize the presence of Spirit that fills this place. We know that there is one divine love moving in and through all creation, and it is right here with us now, moving in and through each of us. With grateful hearts, we bless this service. We are thankful for the message that uplifts and inspires each of us, for the music that opens our hearts, and for the love of this community gathered here today. We know each person receives exactly what they need to hear today and exactly what they need in this sacred time together. So with joy and gratitude, together we say, and so it is. Our reading today is about love, oddly. Love is the only reality, and it is not something that we simply experience. It is something that we express. Every thought that we entertain, every word that we speak, and every act that we perform is a channel through which love may flow. When we are aware of love as the underlying principle of life, we see that we call difficulties, conflicts, and turbulence, the things that we call difficulties, conflicts, and turbulence, are not obstructions, but opportunities to awaken to greater love. And so it is. And I think special music is next. And Pat, please come on up. Woo. Thank you.
For thousands of years, people have recognized that the experience of love is a connection to the experience of divine love. And so by attending to the wonder of love now, we can connect to the experience of love that is transcendent. So with that in mind, here's a little journey of a love song for the recollection of that special time of passion and tenderness and wonder that we can carry with us. This is called The Rose of Ben Nisher. By the mountain glen my lover waits, the rose of Ben Nisher. His gold voice gleams on the mountain streams like sunlight on his hair. He will gird me round in garlands, he will hold me thornless close. He will kiss me soft and gentle as the dew upon the rose, and will lie among the heather in a bed of mountain air. My hawk, my dove, my light, my love, my rose of Ben Nisher. We will tarry in the mountain glen when evening paints the land. In his cradling arms I will watch the stars, in moonlight we will dance. I will gird him round in garlands, I will hold him thornless close. I will kiss him soft and gentle as the moonlight on the rose, and will lie among the heather in a bed of mountain air. My hawk, my dove, my light, my love, my rose of Ben Nisher. My hawk, my dove, love, my light, my love, my rose of Ben.
Pat, thank you so much. That was so beautiful. We are talking about love. We're still talking about love. Wait, I gotta keep myself honest because I can't see the clock all the way in the back of the room. All right, my friends, my name is Yvette Tujillo, and I am honored to be a practitioner here at the Las Cruces Center for Spiritual Living. Let me say that right. The Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. That's who we are, and I'm so happy to be with you here today. We don't want to do any spiritual bypassing, so if you hear a hum, it's because it's hot in here. It's getting hot in here. It's getting... Woo! Welcome to my hot flash experience. You are very welcome to know, for those of you who have never had a hot flash, you kind of get a sense of it with a bit more intensity than what you're experiencing now. At least that's how I do it. All of a sudden, I'm like, my fingers are sweating. What is happening? What is happening? So, just real quick. Okay, so the dewy glow that I have helps me to feel and be more useful. So I'm gonna say thank you, Spirit, for that. This month, the theme that we have out of Centers for Spiritual Living, our global themes are on the wings of love. So we have been talking about love this month and how wonderful it is to center our attention on something so profound and so beautiful, and in the many ways that love shows up and the ways that we can experience love. So we're going to continue on that journey. My talk title today is Love in the Midst of the Storm, because I like the shadow side of things. It's just fun. That's where I get to learn a lot. So I'm going to start out with a quote from our founder, Ernest Holmes, and this is from my favorite book of his, This Thing Called You. And if you wanted to write it down and check it out at home, I believe it's on page 112. And he says, "The secret place of the Most High is not a location, but a state of thought, an interior awareness, a spiritual faith. That is the secret place of the Most High." So what I want to talk about today is like the way that we can experience love. So sometimes love, in its most wonderful and glorious expressions, it's smooth. It's peaceful, or it's like, oh, it's butterflies and rainbows and unicorns, right? It's exciting and it's electric. These are some of the ways that we can experience love. And sometimes love shows up and it looks messy, and it can look stressful or tense and challenging. It can look like conflict, stress, self-doubt, or uncertainty. These are the different ways that we can experience love. And oftentimes when we have that line, that one that's, self-doubt, and the not so pretty one, it really can make us feel like love is quite fragile. Now, I want to make sure that you know that I'm not just talking about romantic love. I know for me, and I've shared this with you before, I really hated the term love. It felt so mamby-pamby. Like the little cutout things that you would do on Valentine's Day when you were in elementary school, right? The little cutout, and it looks like lace, and you put the signs up, and I'm like, I'm rolling my eyes. It took a long time. I actually bought a necklace for myself that said love that I would wear to try and heal my experience of love, because I just thought it was silly, and I did it. Yay, I did it. I love love. Love is awesome. But it is more than a romantic experience. That so many times when we look at love, when we think of love, we're thinking about it in relationship with our partners, with our new person, the special person in our lives. But love is more than that. It's how we treat ourselves, especially when we're struggling. Love is how we listen to a friend. It's how we show up with them. Love is how we care for our family. It's the quiet compassion that we show strangers. That is love too. How we relate to nature, how we engage with, for me, nature is a really powerful, I was sharing this yesterday, really powerful force for me. When I experience nature, that's when I go, God, divine, is right there. When you see those magnificent sunsets or the sunrise this morning with the little clouds and the sky was this amazing little powdery, I don't know, rose color, but with orange slushy tossed in. It was magnificent. It was so beautiful. The way that we experience nature can be love. And love is how we relate to life itself. Right? Love and the divine are synonymous. But what I want to talk about today is the storm, the turbulence. So I want to ask you, when was the last time that you felt love slipping away? Whether it's in a romantic experience or in all of those others that you felt somehow. I know that I've actually had an experience when I would go out in nature and I wouldn't see the divine. I just wouldn't. And I was heartbroken because I could always count on that. But something happened. I was depressed. I wasn't feeling well. I felt disconnected. There was a storm in my life. And even when I went out into nature, I wasn't connecting to the love of the divine through nature. That can happen. So maybe it's in a disagreement with a friend or tension in your family. Maybe you're feeling disconnected from your community, or you're experiencing self-doubt and it's showing up as self-criticism, right? When was the last time you felt love slipping away? And these examples are how many of us experience love in the most challenging of times. That we have self-doubt, that we feel disconnected, that we can't touch into something more or bigger than ourselves when we've normally been able to do that. So today I want to talk about how we tap back into love and see and experience love in the midst of a storm. And for many of us, there's a really big storm that we're experiencing in the world. Not to downplay any of our personal, individual experiences of separation or loss of love. But what I hope to convey today is that the turbulence of the storm of life isn't the end of love. It isn't the end. It's a call to begin again. The turbulence of life, the storm of life, is not the end of love. It is the call for us to begin again. So we begin again in how we see ourselves, how you see yourself and how you relate to others. That's how we begin again. We shift our thinking and we open our hearts to love. So we want to talk about mindset. This is how we're first going to dive into this. So if you've been in these rooms for any longer period of time, you understand that what we believe and the way that we teach is that thought shapes how we experience our lives. And so thought shapes how we experience love and connection. The way that we're thinking, the thoughts that we're holding, they shape our experience. I know for me, that was a really novel idea when I first came to this philosophy. We had our quick start. We had our very first quick start workshop yesterday, and we had a wonderful group of folks with amazing conversation. And we were digging into this foundational idea, right? So in Centers for Spiritual Living, Ernest Holmes taught us the tagline that we all know, change your thinking. change your life. Change your thinking, change your life. What I didn't understand for quite some time is that they were actually saying that I have control over the things I'm thinking. That was revolutionary to me. I'm like, are you kidding me? These thoughts just come in and this concept. Right? Meditate. Are you kidding me? I can't meditate. I can't shut it up. Monkey mind, somebody called it yesterday. But it's a fundamental concept in this philosophy that we can indeed change our thought patterns. And we can indeed change our belief systems. And we want to take that fundamental idea and look specifically at how we stay centered in love in challenging times. Right? Because when things are challenging, when there's a storm, like it's a freight train, a runaway freight train. And it's really interesting when that happens is that when we're in the midst of a storm, all the things that we thought we'd overcome, all the shadows that we thought we'd unpack, patterns of thinking, behaviors that are not exactly the most uplifting of those that we've had in our lives, when we're in a storm, woo, they show up. I can't believe that she did that to me. All of a sudden, I'm a victim again. All of a sudden, the world is out to get me. I'm making assumptions all over the place. Thank you. We just did the 4 Agreements book study. Thanks for the reminder. Miguel Ruiz, right? Don Miguel Ruiz, yeah. 4 Agreements. So we can move into old ways of thinking and being. Even if we've been here for a while, I do it all the time. I've been doing this for over 25 years. I've been practicing this for over 25 years. And I see myself, there goes the train. Oh, and I'm on it. I am on it because I'm upset and I'm scared. Ernest Holmes again says in the Science of Mind, degenerative thoughts can be turned into creative, energizing, vitalizing ones. Anger can be turned into love, and the very power that has been destroying can be made to build up. That is the power that we hold within us to transform our experience from being torn down, an experience of disillusion, of destruction, into now building up. But first, we have a tendency, a lot of us, to move to fear, to old habits, to doubts, to have our stress amplified, right? I'm no longer in peace. What's happening? What's going on? I'm no longer in peace. So how do we begin to bring these thoughts and beliefs into our conscious awareness? Because that's what we need to do. The first thing we need to do is become aware of the thoughts that we're thinking. Because when we're on that runaway train, we've gone unconscious. We've stopped paying attention. And that's not to put shame on you, like, oh my God, I can't believe you stopped paying attention. No, we just stopped paying attention. It's normal. It's human. It's okay. But when we realize, you feel the wind in your hair because the train is going, you're like, oh, what is that? What is that experience? I'm feeling terrified. I don't have peace right now. I'm not sleeping. I'm clenching my teeth. Whatever the experience is can be a wake up call that we have stepped out of conscious thinking. We've stepped out of it. That's all it is. It's a reminder that we have stepped out of conscious thinking. So we want to bring our thoughts into conscious awareness again. We want to begin to unearth them, to make conscious these thoughts beliefs. And how do we do that? My favorite tool is to get curious. Get curious. What's going on? When we first begin to identify, wow, I was feeling okay. I mean, you might know. You might be really aware, like this thing happened and I'm ticked. This thing happened and I'm so upset. We might know. Sometimes it's like, a boiling frog in water. What an awful image that is, but we use it. The heat gets turned up a little by little by little, and you wake up and you're like, wow, I'm upset. And the things that are coming out of my mouth are different than what they used to. I'm actually focusing more on negative things. I'm feeling more pessimistic when, generally speaking, I've moved out of that pattern of behavior. I'm being much more optimistic, right? You can notice it in many different ways. And how do we do that? How do we notice it as we get curious? Which thoughts about love or connection are keeping me stuck? That's a good question to ask. When you notice that you're not feeling quite right, when, as Belinda says, you're half a bubble off. I love that. I'm like, whoa. Lately with my leg, I'm feeling really a half a bubble off. When I'm feeling that way, a great question is, which thoughts about love or connection are keeping me stuck? Am I expecting love to behave or feel a certain way? You are not showing up in the way that I'm expecting you to, and you are really irritating me right now. Am I interpreting someone else's behavior or rejection or failure? Am I interpreting someone else's behavior as rejection or failure when it may not be? I'm making assumptions. I'm pretending like I can read your mind. I'm really good at that. I think I'm really good at reading your mind. I'm terrible at it. Don't do it. What stories do I tell myself about this situation that make it feel bigger or worse than it is? We just begin to get curious. What's happening here? It doesn't have to be such a formulated question, but it is the act of getting curious about what's happening. And you're sitting there with a pick and a chisel, or one of those little tiny brooms that the archaeologists use, right? Imagine that. Just what's happening here? Get curious. Bring it into the conscious realm so that you can see it. How do you know that you are outside of the experience of God's wonderful, beautiful love? Negative self-talk is one way. So if you notice yourself doing that, I'm not lovable. What do you feel? Stressed, small, timid. You're experiencing doubts about your family or about partners. You're assuming that there's conflict. You're making up a story. This is a good one. Ignoring my own needs to keep the peace. Taking care of other people instead of taking care of myself. When you shift your mindset, you shift your experience. And when we're in the storm and we're feeling all of those cruddy ways, isn't that what we desire, is to somehow get out of this experience of feeling cruddy? We'd want to have a shift in our experience. The beautiful thing is you are in control of that. Now, you can't control all the situations in the world. And as my mother will tell you, you can't control other people. She tries to tell me what to do all the time. And I just laugh. Oh, Mom, you're cute. You can't control other people, but you can shift your own experience. In the midst of the storm, you don't have to wait for the storm to be over, for there to no longer be turbulence. You can be in the midst of a storm and in the midst of turbulence, more peaceful, more centered. Turbulence is not the end. It's a call to begin again. It's a little tap on the shoulder. You have forgotten who you are, my beloved. You've just forgotten who you are. So can we begin to shift our understanding of the storm as a gift? Ooh, boy. Let me say that again in case you missed it, because I didn't get little glary eyes. So maybe you missed it. Can we begin to shift our understanding of the storm as a gift to help us use what is up for healing? That's a big step, and I understand that. But if you can think of everything that we just talked about, I'm experiencing a storm. I'm experiencing turbulence. I can experience myself out of peace, out of love, differently engaging with the people that I know and love. I'm out. I'm half a bubble off. I want to have a different experience. Doesn't that sound a lot like a really effective reminder? On your shoulder, hey pumpkin, there's more. Remember who you are. The storm is a wonderful tool. I'm not saying that the divine creates a storm so that you can remember, but God uses everything. So how do we begin to engage, get active in this process? Here's a wonderful tool. I love this tool. I try to remember it. I forget it all the time. So I love sharing these things with you because it's a talk for me too. Compassionate listening. This creates space for us in relationship to the thing that's happening. It like expands us a little bit. It creates a little bit of a buffer. Stephen Covey says, however, if we're talking about listening, most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. Oh my goodness, I am so good at this, especially in a storm. When I'm not in a storm, I'm much better. Like, okay, shut your mouth, girl, and be present to the people in front of you because you love them and you want to hear what they're saying. But when there is a storm and I'm engaging with you, you say the first little thing and I'm like, okay, how do I defend that? And then oh yeah, you wanted me to put the dishes away, but I didn't. And how about the laundry? And the thing that you didn't unload the back of the and the other person is talking, and I am not listening. When I make space to actually be present to another person and listen to them, I have now created an opportunity for healing. It's a simple way to do it. Not easy sometimes, but simple. It's a simple way for us to move into action. Listening deeply is a form of love, even within tension, and I would say especially when there's tension, right? Because when we first start out, when we're not paying attention, we're reacting. I want to make sure that I get my thing said. Or even, I want to relate to what you said. And so I'm thinking about the time that I remember having that experience, and I can't wait for you to stop talking so I can tell you, well, let me tell you what happened to me. I totally relate to what you're saying, because when I was in that situation, I go, what the heck are they with? And the other person is left like, no. Now we're on you? Now we're back on you? Okay. It's disappointing. That's not even when it's a storm. That's just, being human. Listening opens space to understand instead of fixing or defending. So do you see, if you listen, you're in the midst of turbulence, you're in the midst of a storm with someone, there is an experience of a loss of love, a separation of love from an institution, an organization, a person. If you take the time to listen without the drive to fix or defend yourself, that is a loving act. Listening without judging, correcting, or offering advice is a beautiful way to show up in the world. And when we do that, we activate love. We show up as the presence of love. And the more that we can show up as the presence of love in the midst of experiencing a lack of love, we have now drawn to us love. Does that make sense? I'm feeling separate. I'm going to do this weird exercise that Yvette told me about. I want to listen. I'm going to really listen, and I'm going to withhold my judgment, and I'm just going to be present with you. You can do this with yourself as well. If you're feeling a lack of love for yourself, take the time. What is the challenge? What is this challenge teaching me about my heart? And don't come up with the answer. Don't start the list. journaling. Oh Lord, I want to open my heart. What is it that you have for me in the midst of this? And there I go with my little list. 1, 2, 3, and I should do this, and I should do that, and I need to talk. No, listen. Listen, Linda. If you know that little joke. You can also do this in your imagination. So if you've had an experience where you haven't been listening to someone, where you haven't given space, and you've been sitting there trying to react or respond and get your 2 cents in, making sure that you're present in this conversation, you can remember that. You can look back on that, recall it, and imagine how you might have listened fully. That's a powerful thing to do. Your imagination is really powerful. Imagine how that would have been experienced for you. How might you have shown up listening fully? Or imagine holding space for someone else's feelings. You don't have to be in the midst of it. Like you would for someone when you're in a difficult moment. Imagine a difficult moment with someone, and how would it feel like? What would it look like for you to hold space? Just imagine it. It's just as effective as if you're doing it in person, for real. Your imagination is so powerful. Compassionate listening transforms tension into clarity and connection. And isn't that the thing that we're after? Connection, love, peace. Again, turbulence in the storm isn't the end. It's a call to begin again. So again, you can't always control the situation. Let's give you a quote one more time from Ernest Holmes, and this is so beautiful. If we would look for a God of love, we must look long and deeply into each other. We must look away from the differences until we penetrate into the unity of the whole. Love alone reveals love. Hate but hides the glimmer. We look into each other to find the love. When in a previous role, I had an experience where I was not communicating well. I was feeling put upon. I was feeling like people were judging me. I was trying to do a job and they were questioning me, and I was brought in as the specialist, right? I was the one who knew about this topic. I was brought in as the specialist, and so I was doing my thing, but I wasn't moving along at the pace that they wanted to be moving along. And for me, how you do something is as important as what you do. So taking it slow, understanding the organization was really important to me. So I was taking it slow to better understand what the organization needed. And I was getting like, why is it taking so long? And I made that mean that they thought that I was a slacker, that I wasn't good enough. Were they telling me that? No. I was filling in the blanks. I made up a whole story, and I wasn't sharing with them my feelings or my experience because I thought they were out to get me. I thought that they were out to get me, that they didn't like me, that they thought that there was something wrong with me. The reality was I still was holding on to some old beliefs and some old patterns that said there's something wrong with you. You're a slacker. You're lazy. I was holding on to those thoughts, but I was putting it onto them. And I went in and I got curious and I said, this is a different experience. I actually love this work. It's powerful work. I love these people. They're amazing people. It was a gift for me to be here. It was a huge blessing. And now I'm not getting up out of bed in the morning. What is happening? And so I started to get curious. And what I realized is I hadn't been saying anything. And I needed to say something. And so I did. And when I did, it healed these really old wounds that I had inside of me, just to dare to speak, to say, I'm feeling like you don't believe in me. Like you doubt that I know how to do this job. That was not the case at all. They were just hoping it could go faster. That was it. That was all. But there was a quantum leap in my growth and my evolution because I dared to ask the question. I dared to make conscious the thoughts and ideas that I was thinking. And then I took action behind that new understanding. And the world opened up. and the degree of profound love that I felt for me was mind-blowing. I still loved them. They were great, but that wasn't the healing. The healing was the love of myself. The healing was those old beliefs that I stunk, that I was lazy, that I didn't understand, or I couldn't do a good job. That's what was healed. And so what was up for healing, the turbulence in the storm, was the healing of myself. The love I had for myself. Stress or conflict can nourish growth once we face it with awareness. The storm is a little tap on your shoulder to tell you that something is up for healing. It is ready. So can we change our perspective, our idea about what the storm is and what it means? And instead of thinking the world's out to get me, think the divine is tapping on my shoulder saying, you're ready. You're ready for more. You're ready for a bigger life. You're ready for a fuller experience. And so I want to invite you this week to begin to pay attention. When you feel the tension, when you feel the frustration, ask yourself, what am I thinking of right now? And how is it shaping my experience? Make conscious the thought. Track your love actions just because this is fun. Track your love actions. Where are you showing up as love? Show yourself that you can. Make a list each day. Tell yourself you're looking for it, of the small acts of love toward yourself and others. Right? A kind word, a patient pause, actually listening. Track it. You know how to love. You remember. Show yourself. And try and reframe conflict. Pick one situation this week where you feel tension and disagreement, and consciously shift perspective. Instead of, this is a problem, try, this is an invitation to see love differently. And see how the experience changes. Love grows deeper and stronger when we stay present and conscious during rough patches. It's hard to stay conscious during rough patches. But if you do, the turbulence in the storm is not the end. It's the call to begin again. I want to close with a quote from wonderful Marianne Williamson from her epic book, A Return to Love. Love is what we are born with. Fear is what we learn. The spiritual journey is the unlearning of fear and the acceptance of love back into our hearts. Allow that to fill your heart and your mind this week. Namaste. So now I invite the practitioners to circle the room as we move into prayer, to hold us all as we dive in. And what I know is that the power and presence of the divine Spirit, perfect love, is right here. It is right here in this really warm room. It is right here in the discomfort. It is right here in the laughter. It is right here in the when is this woman going to stop talking? God is right here in the midst of this moment, in all of it, in the things that we love and in the things that frustrate us. I am so grateful to know that, to remember that the divine is present right here and right now, unfolding in perfect order every moment. God is, I am. And as I remember that to be the truth, that God is this perfect expression, this perfect unfolding of life, that everything in creation is an expression of that one life. And if everything in expression is connected to, infinitely to that precious one life that I call God, then I know I have to be a part of it. I am connected to the one life of Spirit. And I know that that is true for every person who can hear my voice right now. that the divine is flowing through them, through their breath, through their body, the blood flowing through their veins, through every thought that they think and every experience that they have. I know that right here and right now, God is present. And as I know that to be true, I know that we awaken to a new awareness, that we have a bubbling up into consciousness, the truth of our behavior, of our thoughts, and of our beliefs, that it is welcome now. That there is an opening, that the door has been open to receive, to hear, to listen, and to know the truth of what those thoughts are that are ready to be healed. It is ready to be healed if we are experiencing the turbulence. And in that perfect unfoldment of life, I know that then there is a healing. There is a healing going on right now. Any place where we feel separate, where we feel disconnected from the divine, from life, from joy, from peace, anywhere that we may be experiencing that now, I know that there is a bubbling up of conscious awareness, what needs to be known, what needs to be healed, that we can indeed change those habitual thought patterns, that we can dissolve those old beliefs. I know that that is possible and that that is the truth for everyone here today, for everyone who can hear my voice. And so I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to know that the power of my word is a thought sunk into the law, and that the law can only say yes. And so I take my word, I take my powerful word, and I fling it into the law joyfully with complete surrender and abandon, knowing that it is done now. Thank you, sweet spirit in me. And together we say, and so it is. Amen.
Every moment we have the chance to bring love into the world through our actions. Sometimes it's really easy, and we are almost pulled along and reminded of how wondrous existence can be. Sometimes it's really hard, and this is a song about the heroism of holding to love and acting out of deep love, even in some of the most horrific circumstances. This is called Joan and Victor Jara, and it's about events that happened a little over 50 years ago in Chile. Once I had a kind young man, husband and lover. Once I had a kind young man, a long time ago. Santiago's fearless singer, and Lord, I loved him so. Cold is the wind that blows down the Andes. Green is the grave where my Victor sleeps. But I swear by all the love he gave me, death is not defeat. Victor had a gentle heart, deep as the rivers. Victor laid oppression low, by voice and by pen. And when the fascists seized our country, their soldiers came for him. Cold is the wind that blows down the Andes. Green is the grave where my victor sleeps. But I swear by all the love he gave me, death is not defeat. Caged in Chile Stadium, handcuffed and beaten, Victor raised his voice to sing, "We shall overcome." And as the veil of death descended, he sang above the gun. Cold is the wind that blows down the Andes. Green is the grave where my victor sleeps. But I swear by all the love he gave me, death is not defeat. Then they came to burn his songs and silence his singing. Then they came to still that voice of hope and of peace. But in the night I'd crossed the border, and his music was with me. Often the song will outlive the singer. Surely the harvest will outlast the seed, and all the world from Tyre to Belfast will hear my victor sing. Cold is the wind that blows down the Andes. Green is the grave where my victor sleeps. For all I'd give to change the ending, death is not defeat. Death is not defeat. Every word in that song is true. and after Joan Hara smuggled her husband's master tracks out of the country to London and sent them out into the world, she returned to Chile while Pinochet was still in power and helped lead the ultimately successful pro-democracy movement over 17 years. For the rest of her life, she ran the Fundación Victor Jara, continuing Victor's work for freedom and equality. And of course, every cent from that song goes directly there. The work continues.
Thank you so much, Frank. That was beautiful. And now we move into our time of giving. It is our opportunity to engage with the beautiful principle of circulation. And this is an opportunity for you to give back to the place of where you have received your spiritual nourishment. And of course, every time that you give, we contribute back to the community. So we tithe 10% of your offerings. This month, we are sending our tithes over to the Community of Hope program called Tents to Rents. And they are providing shelter, support, and dignity to people experiencing homelessness, funded entirely by community donations. So we get to participate in that, and we're so honored to participate with and contribute to the Tents to Rents initiative this month. So I invite you to give generously to support our community in that way. And so now I invite you to join in our community blessing as we say this together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, in me. And so it is. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. And from this place of knowing our blessings, of knowing our abundance, of knowing the good that flows through this community, I just bless these offerings. I know that they have been offered beautifully and generously, and they serve our community beautifully, and they return tenfold to each person who has contributed here today. Thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. And so it is. All righty, so I want you all to remember, please, that practitioners wearing a turquoise stole are available for prayer after service. Please check out the table in the social hall if you're new. Pick up a little baggie if you want to find out about Pride and what's happening there. Check out the table on the other side. And so let's sing ourselves out of this day.
Ooh, all right. I invite you to stand again if that's comfortable for you, and let's go out and shine.
Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Step out and take a chance. Walk the talk, join the dance. Relax, enjoy the ride. Let kindness be your guide. You gotta go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. One voice, one hand, one heart. Wanna change, make a start. We're one big family. is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Woo! Have a wonderful week, everyone.